Just wait. શીતલ મેડમ, પેલા વ્હાઇટ બોર્ડમાં આપણે કરીએ છીએ ને, તો ઘણીવાર એલાઉ નહીં કરતું ન્યુ કરીએ તો. પેલો વ્હાઇટ બોર્ડ એફઆઈ વાળું તમે કહેતા હતા ને, તો સપોઝ આ ન્યુ નહીં, હવે મેં આમ તો રજીસ્ટરમાં તો કંઈ કરવાનું નથી હોતું, પણ તોય હા, એટલે પણ એ તરત ઓપ્શન નહીં આવતું, તમે જોઈન જ કરો ડાયરેક્ટ દરખાસ્ત. હા, એ તો મને ખબર પડી, પણ શું કે ન્યુ ક્લાસમાં આપણે નામ આપીએ ને, તો એમને એમ નથી અલાઉડ કરતું આપણને. ના ના, તમે એવું ના થયું હવે થયું. Okay, my screen is visible properly. Hello. Sorry. Can you hear my voice properly? Hello. Okay. So, okay, so listen everyone, in last class I have discussed in a public key crypto system. See what is the structure of the public key, or you can say asymmetric key crypto system. So this concept that I have explained, if allies want to send some message, let's say the two parties there, one is a allies and other is a Bob. If allies wants to send some message to a Bob, then in a public key crypto system, what happens? The Bob need to run a key generation algorithm at his side. Okay, and then after you can say that this will return a two pair of key. All of you know that the difference in last lecture I have explained you what's the difference between symmetric key and asymmetric key, and then after this architecture that I have explained, so again just I will give you a brief overview, and based on that I will explain you RSA algorithm. So in a public key crypto system, if allies want to send some message to a Bob, then first Bob needs to run a key generation algorithm at his side, and this will return a pair of key, private key and public key. Okay, now after the at Bob's side, public key and private key is generated. Now what happens? The public key is sent to a allies by some means. Okay, and then now using the Bob's public key, what allies will do? Allies encrypt the message M. So this thing is done. So first of all, at Bob's side, the key generation is done, private key and public key is generated. Then after, the public key is sent to the allies, and now using the Bob's public key, the allies encrypt the message. So this thing is done. Okay. Now upon receiving the Bob, what the Bob will do? Bob decrypt it using his private key. By using that, the Bob decrypt it. Right. So this thing is done on Bob's side. So here the D is a decryption algorithm and E is an encryption algorithm. So this thing is done. Whatever the message is there, first it is encrypted by using the public key of Bob, and it is decrypted by using the private key of Bob. So this way you can say that the privacy is achieved, because only the Bob can decrypt the ciphertext, and because the private key of the Bob is only with the Bob, and therefore only you can say that the Bob can decrypt the ciphertext and can get the plain text, right? So I think all of you, is there any doubt in this architecture? Okay, so I think all are clear. So see, this is the concept that I have explained. These are allies, sender and receiver. Bob side key generation is done. So these two pair of keys are generated. The public key is sent to the Alice, and through public key, the message is encrypted. Now, whatever the ciphertext that you are getting by using the private key of Bob, now it is decrypted, and then finally you get the original plain text, right? So this thing is done. Now, normally you can say that the term secret key, the symmetric key also it is known as a secret key, and the private key term that is used in a asymmetric cryptography. Okay, that you have to remember. Now, the RSA crypto system today, what I want to see before I explain the algorithm. First I will give you example. So first you have to solve the example, and after solving the example, I am explaining your theory part. So you can understand, you can map it very easily. First, I will not show you algorithm. First, we will show the see whatever the step I will tell you that you have to perform. Based on that, first do the example, and once you do the example, and then after I will explain you the theory part. And this it's very easy to understand. Okay, so here you can say that there are the three investors, Rivest, Samir, and Elleman, right? So these are the three authors, and so R for Vives, Samir, and N. So by using this name, they have created this RSA, and RSA uses the modular exponentiation for encryption and decryption. So E here, the E that I am using, that is encryption key, or I can say public key. These are the common notation, and D that I am using, that is a decryption key, or I can say private key. So these are the common notation that you have to remember. Okay, now see here there is an algorithm, but see first of all I will not show you algorithm. First you have to understand the example. Now see here. So first I will show you the example. Sorry. Just wait. Okay, now listen everyone. So in RSC, one by one, listen everyone. Today you have to communicate with me. Otherwise, see how can see in each and every particular point, right? You need a communication. So now see, let's say in RSA key algorithm, what is the first step? So the first step of the algorithm, that is you have to select a two large prime number. Okay, see first of all I will tell you example. So now see, suppose here you have to assume the scenario. The Alice and Bob, these are the two party. Now Alice want to send a message to a Bob. Okay, so if Alice want to send a message to a Bob, then first of all tell me who performed the setup, who performed the key generation setup. Please reply in a chat window, everyone. See, so many students says Alice, but see now listen everyone. If Alice wants to send some message to a Bob, then Bob has to perform the key generation setup. And see, if Bob wants to send a message to Alice, then who performed the key generation setup? Alice performed the key generation setup. Is it clear what I'm trying to say, everyone? Okay, so now. Okay. So now everyone is clear. So now see, first of all, what you have to do. So this is the scenario. See here I am writing. So Alice wants to send message to a Bob. So here you can say that Bob perform a setup, right? So that means you can say that the key generation that is done by Bob. So here at the end of key generation, you get the public key as well as private key, right? So now see here for key generation, any of the key algorithm is used. So let's say you can say that if Alice wants to send a message to a Bob, so at that time Bob performed the setup, but for key generation, the Bob using the RSA algorithm key generation, the Bob is using. Clear what I'm trying to say? So Bob using the key generation algorithm of RSA. So now here in this case, what you have to do? So sorry. Now, what is the key generation algorithm? So, when the Bob perform a key generation, so the step of the RSA first step, that is select a two large prime number P and Q such that P is not equals to Q. You have to select a two large prime number P and Q such that P is not equals to number Q. But see, remember, in a RSA algorithm, you have to take the large prime number, but for our conveniency purpose, right now I am taking the small number. Okay, but otherwise, in RSA algorithm, you have to take the large prime number. So, right, so this is the first step of the algorithm, that is, you have to select the two large prime number P and Q such that P not equals to Q. Right, so this is the first step. So, let's say, so if Alice wants to send a message to a Bob, then Bob perform the key generation algorithm and key generation algorithm of RSA. So let's say the first step is, let's say the P that I am taking, that is 7. All of you write down in your notebook also. So P equals to 7 and Q equals to 17 that I am taking. Right, so this is my first step. And see, I want to tell you that is normally when you perform the implementation in your lab session, so basically see what you have to do, you can create a random odd number. Okay, you can randomly you have to create the number, and then see after this RAC algorithm I will explain you the Miller-Rabin, or you can say Fermat. So Fermat checking for primality testing, I will explain you that algorithm, and with the help of that algorithm, whatever the number you are entering randomly, whatever the number is generating, first you have to check whether it's a prime number or not. Okay, if it's not a prime number, then that particular number is not included in the RSA. Clear? So see, these are implementation part, but see the first step of RSA algorithm, that is you have to select the two large prime number P and Q such that P is not equals to Q. So let's say P equals to 7 and Q equals to 17 that I am taking. That is my first step. Okay, now what is the second step of RSA algorithm? The second step is what you have to perform here. So you have to write n equals to P into Q. So this is my second step. So what I am getting? P equals to, so here n equals to P into Q. That is my second step. So here I am getting 7 into 17. So that means 119. That is I am getting. Okay, so this is my second step of RSA algorithm. Now then after, what I have to do here? So see, through example you can understand very easily. The third step is this your phi n. So now then after you have to calculate phi n. So phi n, that is basically all of you know that this particular rule that already that I have explained for phi n. Basically n is a P into Q. So if I write phi n, so instead of phi n is a combination of P into Q. So instead of that, what can I write? Can anyone tell me? Instead of that, what can I write? Please write down in the chat window. Instead of phi n, what can I write, everyone? See, you have to communicate with me. How can I understand, everyone? Yes, P minus 1, Q minus 1. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Good, everyone. So now see here, can I write in this way? This 5P into this 5Q, right? So instead of this, what can I write? So here 5P means I can write P minus 1 multiplied by Q minus 1. In this way I am writing. So what is P minus 1? So the value of P is 7. So I am writing 6 multiplied by Q, that is 17. So what I am getting 16, and that's why what is the phi n, that is equals to 96 that I am getting. Okay, so now this is your third step of RSA algorithm. Now after that, what I have to do, all of you simultaneously you have to write, so it's very easy for you to understand. Okay, now what is the fourth step of RSA algorithm? So the next step is you have to select E. such that you have to select E such that 1 less than E less than phi n and GCD of E phi n that is equals to 1. Okay, so what is the meaning of GCD of E comma phi n equals to 1? Means the E and phi n are co-prime. So now all of you have to select a value of E such that the GCD of E comma phi n that is equals to 1. So all of you find out this value and quickly tell me the answer. You have to find a value of E such that the GCD of E comma phi n that is equals to 1. So all of you find out this E value quickly and please reply in the chat window. Harsh says the 5, Cable says 19. So GCD of 5 and sorry, GCD of 5 and 96 is 1, right? So see, suppose see the whatever the first value, let's say the 5. Okay, so that I am taking. So let's say here I am taking E equals to, I am selecting E equals to 5. I'm selecting E equals to 5 such that the GCD of E and phi n is 1. Okay. So see, if, again I repeat, the first step of RSA algorithm is what you have to do. See, these are key generation part. See, what I'm trying to say, if Alice wants to send a message to a Bob, then what happened? The Bob Bob performed the key generation setup. Now suppose let's say RSA key generation algorithm is used. So in that, what is the first step? You have to select the any two large number. For our conveniency purpose, we are taking the small number. So these are the prime numbers that I have taken, which are that you can say that P is not equals to Q. What is the second step? Then after you have to perform N equals to P into Q. What is the third step? That is phi n that is equals to, all of you know that 5P into phi Q. So what you get here? 96 you get. Now what is the fourth step of RSA algorithm? That is you have to select some value E such that see the GCD of that E comma phi n that is equals to 1. So that means here is, let's say I am selecting E equals to 5. Up to this clear everyone? What you have to do? Is it clear to you all? Okay. So now what is the next step that you have to perform? So these are the 4 steps. So up till now all of you have written. Hello? Is it done everyone? Okay. Now then after what you have to do, just wait. Now what is your 5th step of RSL? All of you please write down because some limit is there. So now what is the 5th step? That is, just wait. Okay, so the next step is D equals to so here I am writing D equals to E inverse mod phi n. Now please unmute yourself and tell me everyone what is the value of E? Any one student, what is the value of E?
5.
5, yes. 5. So 5 inverse mod, and then what is the value of phi n?
96.
96. Okay. So now all of you know that this type of algorithm, all of you know which algorithm you have to use. Use extended Euclidean algorithm, right? Use extended Euclidean algorithm. Now all of you, I will give you a time. All of you know how to calculate the extended Euclidean algorithm? Yes or no? What do you have to do here in this case? Please reply. What is the value of A? What you have to do? You have to compare it with what? A inverse mod n. Yes or no? Hello? Is it clear to you all? So all of you quickly calculate this phi inverse mod n and tell me the answer. I will give you 2-3 minutes. So quickly calculate it. Phi inverse mod 96. Write down the answer in a chat window. Anyone have a doubt in this? Rikin, your answer is not correct. Your answer is not correct, Rikin. Kaushal, your answer is wrong. Deepak, Janil, Preet, your answer is correct. Kaushal and Rikin, 7 is not a correct answer. 77 is correct answer. Can I explain you everyone? How can I get 77? Yes or no? Now, Rikin, unmute yourself. Okay, now listen everyone, quickly go through it. So all of you know that initially what you have to do, whatever all of you know the algorithm, right? All of you have that algorithm. The whatever the n value is that is assigned to R1 and a value that is assigned to R2, right? All of you know that. Then after what you have to do, you have to draw a table like this, Q, R1, then R2, then T1, then T2, and then T, right? In this way you have to write a table. Now R1, that is what? What is the value of R1? R1, that is n means here you have to write 96. And then R2, that means the 5 that you have to write. Okay. Now all of you know that Q equals to R1 divided by R2. So what you get here? 19. What is T1? So initially you have to take T1 0 and T2 you have to take 1, right? What about the T value? Just wait. Hello, lecture ચાલે પછી કરું ફોન. So what is the value of T everyone? So T1 minus Q into T2. T1 minus Q into T2. So what you get here, if you perform this equation, see T equals to T1 minus Q into T2, right? This is the equation that you have to perform. So here you get minus 19 value, right? Now all of you know that now in next step what you have to do, the R2 becomes your R1. So here you get 5 and here sorry, here one point is remaining, that is R that I have to calculate. So R that I am getting 1. So whatever the value of R that is assigned to R2, again I have to do the same process until while R2 greater than 0, until the process is repeated, right? So here again Q equals to R1 divided by R2. So what I get here? 5. Now the same process, r equals to r1 minus q into r2. So what I get? 0. T1, that is whatever the value of uh, sorry, whatever the value of t2 is there, that is assigned to t1. T, that is assigned to t2, so that means here minus 90. And what is t? That is t1 minus q into t2. So what you get here? 96. Now then, after, what is your next step? So now whatever the value of r2 is there, that is assigned to r1, and here it is 0. But see, here you can say that here the t2 is assigned to t1, and t is assigned to t2 is t is assigned to t2. Now see, if R2 is greater than 0, and also you can say that, see, the GCD here it is 1. So that means the GCD of this two number is 1. So that means here whatever the value of T1 is there, that is my answer. But here what I am getting? minus 19. So if it's a negative number, then what you have to do? You have to add here, what is the value of n? N, that is 96. Right? And that's why what I get the answer? 77. So up to this clear, everyone? Is it clear to you all? Right? So I think all are clear. So these your fifth step. Okay. So now see, up till now that I have explained everyone. So first initial the two variable that I have declared, then I'm calculating the n value, then phi n, then I am choosing the e such that what I am getting? E equals to 5. Then what I have done? So here I have calculated d equals to e inverse mod phi n, right? So that is, I can say that phi inverse mod 96. So what I am getting here? D equals to 77. So now see, here whatever the value that you are getting, this is your private key. This is your what? Private key. So now see, I told you that if Alice want to send a message to a Bob, so Bob perform the key generation algorithm, and the Bob generate the two key. Which key the Bob generate? Public key and private key. Okay. So now here you can say that in this case, so this is my private key. So finally here, see here. So here here the public key is what? The n and e. The n and e, these are the public key. Okay. So the what is the value of n? N, that is 119. And what is the value of e? E, that is 5 that we have selected, right? So n and e, these two are what? These two are public. So the public key eb, that contains what? N and e, this attribute. And what about the private key? So d, indicating d for this for private key, and this for what? Public key. So p, q, and d, this private. Okay. So that means you can say that this 77, that is private. So now that means after this algorithm, what happened? The two keys are generated, public key and private key. Okay, public key and private key. Now then, after, see what I told you, that see this concept that I have explained everyone. So just wait. If Alice want to send the message to a Bob, then Bob perform the key generation algorithm. So now see, according to our example, what happened? So according to our example, now the two keys are created, that is public key and private key. These two keys are generated, right? Now once these two keys are generated, private key and public key, now then after, what is the next step is performed in a public key crypto system? The public key is sent to a Alice. Right? Now public key is sent to a Alice, and what the Alice will do? With the help of this Bob public key, Alice encrypt the message, right? That is the next step in public key crypto system. So now here what happened? So now see, Bob sent this, whatever the public key, that is EB, that is to us Alice. Now Bob sent it to the Alice. Now suppose here one point is, so Alice wants to send what? M equals to 19. So now see, in asymmetric crypto system, we are taking the asymmetric crypto system, the number is used. Okay. Suppose in exam, suppose any plain text, let's say any letter is given to you. So what you have to do for that particular letter, corresponding number that you have to take, because in asymmetric number is number it's working. Right? So what you have to do? So suppose let's say Alice want to send a message to Alice, that is M equals to 19. That Alice wants to send. right? So for that, now what happened? The next step is, with the help of this public key, the allies encrypt with the help of this public key and get the ciphertext. So now what is the equation for encryption in a RSA algorithm? So here, now see the next step. So the M is a plain text. Okay, so after this step, public and private key are generated. Now all I want to send message to, so M equals to 19. These my, let's say these my plain text. Okay, now which encryption algorithm is used? So what the allies will do? So this is the plain text with the help of Bob's public key encrypt it. So what the allies will get? Ciphertext, right? So here the encryption algorithm, that is M raised to E mod N. This equation is used. Okay, so now see this window, everyone, again. So listen here, my plain text, that is M equals to 19, and all of you know that what is my public key? The public key, that is EB, that is what? NE, that is these both are public. So N, that is 119 that we are getting, and the value of E, that according to our example 5 I am getting. Okay, and what is the private key that I am getting? That is P, Q and D, right? So here you can say that P is what? 7, the Q, that is 70 that I am taken, and D, right, that already that multiplicative inverse that I have find, that is 77. Now here M equals to 19, this plain text is given to you. Now what is the encryption algorithm? So see here, the encryption algorithm equation, that is M raised to E mod N. Now what is my value? That is 19. And what is the E value? That is 5. And then what is N value? So N, that is 119. Right? Now all of you know, if you want to calculate this type of equation, then what you have to do? Please reply, everyone. Please anyone unmute yourself and reply me. If I want to calculate this type of equation, then what I have to do? Yes, in which point you are not understand? Yes, can you unmute yourself?
हेलो।
हाँ बोलो बोलो यश।
मैम एक्चुअली जो आपने बॉब एलाइस का बताया ना, ये प्राइवेट आरएसए वाला,
हाँ हाँ
मतलब की जनरेशन बॉब करता है यहाँ पे।
हाँ
और तब मेरे को क्वेश्चन था, लेकिन आपने व्हाइट बोर्ड में फिर बताया कि वो पब्लिक की से ये मतलब जनरेशन के बाद जो प्रोसेस होगी वो जो मैसेज होगा वो एनक्रिप्ट एलाइस करके बॉब को भेजेगा, ऐसा ही है ना?
Huh, see, what happen if Alice wants to send some message to a Bob, then what the Bob will do? So the key generation setup is done by Bob, right? So now see, by using this RSA, see the initial 5 step that I have explained up to D. Yes, can you
Yes,
hear me? Right?
yes.
So with the help of that, private and public keys are generated, right? Now once the public and private key are generated, so now what happened? So what is the allies plain text? So let's say there is some number like M equals to 19. That is my plain text. In on symmetry, we are working with number. So these my plain text. Okay, now if Alliance wants to send this particular message to a Bob, so first of all, what it will do? First, it will encrypt it, and after that, it will send it to the Bob. What I'm trying to say? So for that, what the allies will do? Allies take what? Allies take the public key of Bob, and with the help of that, the allies encrypt it. So
Yes.
here, what is the Bob's public key? So in Bob's public key, which variables are included? N and E.
Yes.
Right. So that's why here I am using that N and E. So this is my equation. M raised to E in RSA algorithm for encryption. This is the equation M raised to E mod N, where E and N is public.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So because see, whatever the public key Bob has generated, now what the Bob will do, Bob send it to a allies. And with the help of this public key, now what the allies will do, uses this public key, and with the help of that, whatever the plain text is there, with the help of this public key, now the allies convert it, with the help of that, now what the allies get? Ciphertext.
Yes, ma'am.
Now clear? Yes?
Yes, yes, clear.
Okay. So now my next question is, see, this is my equation. Okay. So now if I want to solve this type of equation, then what I have to do? See, already that I have explained this type of example. So which method is used if you want to solve this type of example?
And you can we can use format equation that you explained, that they are divide and multiply,
Square
that
and multiply. Square and multiply.
square and multiply. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So see, in Fermat case is possible, but only if some of the, see, in that one condition that I have explained. If that case is there, then you can apply only Fermat's theorem, right? Some of the rules that I have explained in Fermat's theorem. Suppose here in this case, I want to try square and multiply method. So all of you remember that method, square and multiply? Yes or no? See, my screen is visible, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
See, the square and multiply method that I have explained, if this type of form is there and if you want to solve it, so what you have to do? First, you have to write the binary of b. Whatever the number is there, first you have to write the binary, right? So now see this example that I have explained. Suppose 7 raised to 100 more 15. So first you have to write the binary of 100. So in this way you can write. Now then after what you have to do? So now see, initially z equals to 1 you have to take, and one by one bit you have to take, and what you have to calculate? Z equals to z square more 10. So this concept that I have explained, you have to start from here. So the bit value is 1. Now I have written the two parts, square and multiply. Now when this multiply portion is executed, if whatever the bit value here is there, if it is 1, then only this part is executed, right? So now here what I am trying to do here, so initially I am taking z equals to 1. Now bit value is my this 1. Okay, this bit I am taking. Now square means this equation I am using z equals to z square more n. So z equals to z square. Z square means here you can say that initially z is 1. So 1 square more 15. This is my n. So what I am getting, z equals to 1. Then what you have to check, if bit is 1, bit is 1, so then what you have to write, z equals to z cross a mod n, right? So here the bit is 1, so what I am writing, z equals to z cross a means this, because see this what initially a raised to b mod n, right? So that means what I am getting, 7. Again I am taking this the bit 1, so now what I am taking, 7 square mod 15, so what I get, 4. Now again you have to check whether the bit is 1, then what you have to calculate, z into a mod n, right? Again the next is what, 0. So now see in that case which this z value that I am taking, but see here in this case I am not multiplying, because here the rule is if bit is 1 then you can't apply this. Yes or no, everyone? Is it clear to you all what I am trying to say? Right. So now all of you, so you have to calculate this 19 raised to 5 mod 119, and you have to reply me. Quickly do it, everyone. So you can understand. Quickly do it. Write down this definition, 19 raised to 5 119. I will open that algorithm, and based on that you have to solve it. Quickly do it. I will give you a 2-3 minute. Once it is done, let me sorry. Is it done? Yes, Rikin, your answer is correct. 66. Any other student? Yes, Keval, you are also correct. See, if you want to revise, see, let's say what I have to do here. So, first of all, what is the binary of 5? So, the binary of 5, first you have to write the binary of 5. So, just wait. So first you have to write the binary of 5. Okay. Those students who are not getting the answer. So binary of 5, that is 101. Then all of you know that what you have to do, you have to start from here. So first I am writing the bit value. So bit value that I am writing, right? And then whatever the square is there, and see, and multiply. Okay, so this three part that I am writing. Now initially what I am doing, the bit value is 1. Okay, now then after initially you have to take what, z as a 1. So that is what, z equals to z square. What's the equation? Z equals to z square mod n. So 1 square mod, what is the value of n? That is 119. So z equals to 1 that you are getting. Now then after you have to check if the bit is 1, then what you have to do, then perform the multiply. So z equals to 1 multiply by what is the value of a that is 19, right? So here I can write in this way, 1 multiply by 19 and then mod 119, right? Mod 119. So what you get here, so here you get 19. Okay, now then after what is your next step? So now what is your next bit? So the next bit is 0. Okay, next bit is 0. Now then after at that time z equals to 19 that you have to take. So z equals to 19 square mod 119. So what you get? So here you get 4 value. Okay, now here it's a bit is 0, then multiply that is not performed, right? Now again the bit value is 1, so now z is 4. So what you have to calculate? Z equals to what? 4 square means 16 more 1999 means I am getting 16, and then here the bit is 1. So what I have to do here? So multiplication is done. So z equals to, here I am writing in this way, z into a means 19 mod 119. So what you get the answer, everyone? Z equals to 66. And whatever the last answer is there, see, whatever the last final value of Z, that is my answer. Up to this clear, everyone, how I am getting Z equals to 66? Is there any doubt? Okay, so I think all are clear. Now, next, what you have to do? So now see, these are what you can say that these are encryption part. Okay, so now what the allies will do? So up till now, what we have performed? First, the key generation is done by Bob. Now private key and public keys are generated. Then after, with the help of Bob public key, now the allies encrypt the message. So now what you get the encrypted message when m equals to 99. So at that time, which cipher text that I am getting? 66. That is my cipher text, right? So now after that, what the allies will do? After getting this ciphertext, now allies send ciphertext to a Bob. Okay, so now what is the task of now Bob? So Bob decrypt it. So that is the next task. So now see, up till now, this step that I have performed. Now what the allies will do? Allies send ciphertext to a Bob. So with the help of Bob's private key, now the decryption is done, and finally what you get the original plain text. So in RSA algorithm, which encryption algorithm is used? So here I am writing so you can understand. Now see here. So now, just wait. Now Ally sends ciphertext to Bob, right? So now at that time, which decryption algorithm is used? So that is C raised to D mod n, right? So this use, and all of you know that what is the private key? So in private key, you can say that means D and N. N means basically the private P, Q, and D. This private, and all of you know that N is a combination of P into Q, right? And so this thing is private, right? So with the help of this Bob private key, now decrypt it. So what is the C? What is ciphertext, everyone? Please tell me, what is the value of C?
66.
66 raised to, what is the value of D? All of you previously check it and tell me the answer. I haven't that data. So what is the value of D? 77. Okay. And what is the value of N? Initially that we have calculated, P into Q. So what is the value of N?
119.
119. So now see, again you have to apply the same method, square and multiply, right? So all of you quickly do it. In exam also you have to write each and every step, square and multiply method that you have to perform, and based on that you have to give the answer. So all of you quickly do it and tell me the answer. Again I will give you a 2-3 minutes. Yes, 19. Deepak, you are correct. What about other? Okay. So listen, in next class, see these are example RSE example that I have discussed. So based on that, now I will explain you the algorithm so you can understand and how we are getting that plain text M. So regarding that, there is one proof also I will explain you. Yes, everyone, the answer is 19. And see, that is, just wait. Okay, so here the answer is 19, means the original plain text that I am getting. Initially, we have taken m equals to 19, right? So up to this clear? Anyone have a doubt? Okay, so RSA algorithm I will explain in next class. Thank you, everyone.